Yeah.
And see, the point is, we can also compare this with the whole financial sustainability and the cost recovery argument.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about that because is it all in the name of profit? Because a lot of people talk about how such institutions like public water supply companies, public water boards, don't have the means to recover most of their funds and not being able to generate profits. It's hard for them to have a reserve bank if they want to create new infrastructure, if they want to fix old infrastructure, etc., and make improvements like this, and also just general talk of financial crisis or financial unsustainability in the water sector.
See, it's not just about water sector. We have to look at the whole economy. In India, if we say, suppose we say that water sector is in financial crisis and it needs subsidies to run the public system. And on the other hand, if you say that the Indian IT industry is really doing great, and they're doing billions of dollars of export and bringing in business to the country, a foreign exchange as well. And if you talk about the manufacturing sector, the automobile sector, or if you talk about the textile sector, I mean, these are the booming sectors in India.
Yeah.
Right? And if you talk about Indian industry as a whole, you can, if you look at even the government records, you'll find that in the last 5 years or so, the government has provided these sectors subsidy to the extent of somewhere in the range of 1.5 lakh crores. No, I think I'm still on the lower side. I think it's 21 lakh crores of subsidy that has been provided to these sectors.
Yeah.
So if you can provide subsidy to these totally profit-oriented industries, why can't you provide subsidy to a very basic kind of a sector?
Okay, you're talking.
So what I'm saying is that to something which is purely commercial, which is purely profit-oriented, and when the government is providing can provide so much of subsidy to them, why not to the water sector?
Yeah.
Why not to the water sector? That's what I'm saying. Is it really an ideology to promote water as a business? Because you're not saying under JNNURM they have provided huge amounts of subsidy to the automobile sector in the last 2-3 years. Because of the recession, the sector was going down. So what they did, they connected it to the JNNURM scheme, and under JNNURM they subsidized these private companies like Tata, Volvo, and different other automobile companies to supply local transport buses to city corporations, and they subsidized that business to those automobile companies. That they would supply buses and the government would purchase to pull them out of the recession cycle. So when you can bring in subsidy to provide benefits to these commercial organizations, why not to the water sector? That's the basic question then.
Yeah.
So if you can provide Indian industry 21 lakh crores of subsidy in 4-5 years, why cannot you provide in the water sector as well? Why you have to make water as a financially sustainable business?
Yeah.
Because basically it's not a business, it's a human right. And why do you, that's the fundamental question, that why you have to create a business out of it.
Yeah.
So see, the fundamental thing that we have to understand, that in a state, in any country or a nation or a state, things would need to be subsidized. In the US, for example.
Why is that?
In the US, isn't there a subsidy?
Of course.
is everything
Yes, but
profit oriented?
yeah.
Is everything working on its own financial sustainable model? No. We look at the crisis, the recent financial crisis. The banks. What kind of a subsidy, what kind of a bailout was provided to them?
Yeah, they got the full bailout. Or that's where the bailout was to the banks, which is to the wrong part of the economy.
We just had I just remember a recent data from somewhere. It says that in the past 10 years, in the whole European Union, the whole EU area, the benefit generated through privatization, through PPPs or whatever, was to the tune of somewhere around 57 billion pounds. Okay. And in the recent financial crisis, the government of UK provided there's this bank called Northern Rock, a bailout of 87 billion pounds. So whatever profits you had from your PPPs and everything was wiped out in just one bailout, almost double. So what kind of financial sustainability you are talking?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's totally a skewed kind of a question. So we also need to pose questions that how, when you're talking about sustainability in water sector, why are you not talking about sustainability in other sectors? Why are you promoting subsidies in other sectors?
Yeah.
In the recent crisis, India is considered a very booming kind of export-oriented country for textiles. You would have read newspapers during that.
Yeah.
The textile lobby was shouting on top of its voice. Every day you can read newspaper reports that textile lobby is demanding this much subsidy, textile lobby is demanding that much subsidy from the government because of the crisis they could not sustain themselves in the international export market. That's the reason textile industries are flourishing, because they have huge subsidies, tax rebates, discounts.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they are sustaining. Otherwise, they can't sustain.
Yeah.
So, why are you after so much after essential sector like water? I think we need water more than we need clothes, or more than we need clothes to export.
Yeah.
Or more than we need cars. So, I think for me, that's the fundamental question I ask everybody. Like, why is this so much of unbalanced kind of economics?
Yeah.
So I mean, for me it's intriguing, but it again comes to lobbying, to political will, to ideology.
Yeah.